Good morning. I'm Stuart Dorby. I am the energy correspondent for Mirador Television. I'm also the editor and publisher of a website called greenenergy.com, which is about investment in renewable energy. But today I'm going to speak about the so-called energy crisis and whether the crisis is going to turn into a disaster for lots of us. In recent years, I've spent a lot of my time involved in the issue of British energy supply policy by writing about it and by interviewing some of the key figures who are involved in the matter. I felt confidence last September that I would be able to tell my neighbours and friends that there was going to be a spike in their energy bills come October. This is because I happen to know that Ofgem, the government regulator, sets a new price level for the energy cap. That's twice a year, one on April the 1st and on October the 1st. So I knew that on October 1st there was going to be an increase in energy bills. Well, an energy cap level. And in fact, it duly came out as 12%. Earlier in the year, in April, there was a 10% increase. That means the energy bills, energy cap, as it were, went up by 22%, which is a lot. It was a whacking great increase. But the difference is that this increase in the energy cap feeds into domestic energy bills. At first, my friends weren't really worried about the increase in the energy cap level, but there was worse news to come. And this was that there has been an exponential increase in the wholesale price of gas. And that means that the price of gas has gone up is very, very at the centre of our energy crisis. Right, for example, when I say exponentially, towards the end of September, the natural gas price climbed to US dollars 25 per million British thermal unit, up by 2/3 on the previous month. Gas and oil prices are usually expressed in US dollars and it's converted into British finances. That means let's say a couple of months ago the price was £2. It's now gone up to £6 and likely to go up even further. Some people think that Russia is applied for the supply shortage, which is what causing the Swatset. But in fact, most of the contributors to our energy mix comes from Norway and from liquid national gas, LNG tankers in the Isle of Grain in Thames Estuary. This is expensive gas because it has to come a long way, but at least it helps alleviate the problem to some extent of the energy crisis. But our problem is also complicated by the government is persuaded by British Gas to close the storage in the North Sea that they have, a reservoir called Rough. That means that we've only got about 2% of annual demand, while other big importers, countries can go up to 20 to 30%. All this certainly portends further energy crisis to come. The increase in 2021 left the average tariffs to 1,277. The television pundit, Martin Lewis, is convinced that when April 1 comes along, the energy cap is going to increase by 700. That means the average 3-bedroom house bill will come to £2,000. That is a lot and means a lot of fuel poverty for some people. Okay, Martin, in fact, went further in one argument and said, given the level of general inflation is rising all the time, it seems that that includes food bills, it seems that people who don't starve to death are going to freeze to death unless the government does something about the energy policy. The problem is, of course, that the government seems to have been totally nonplussed or totally clueless about what they do about the situation. But they have come round a bit, and they've made three suggestions. One is to reduce the VAT from 5% to zero, saving 100 quid. Two is to abolish green levies and save a similar amount to the VAT reduction. Three is to extend the warm home discount. This is a government scheme financed where poor and vulnerable homes are entitled to a £140 discount on their bills. There are 2.7 million people on that scheme at the moment, but there are 28 million, about 5,000 houses in the UK. So there is room to extend the warm climate change. But these three probable ideas to solve the problem that the government's come on has been subsumed by a new one, which appeared in the Financial Times in January earlier this month. And the new radical intervention in the energy market in which the state, aka the taxpayers, would pay when wholesale prices rise sharply in an effort to soften the blow to consumers. On the other hand, the wholesale price should all fall below the price that had been agreed between the suppliers and the state suppliers. State suppliers will have to give some of the money back to the state. This scheme is known as a contract for difference. Contract for difference has helped enormously with UK renewables back in the day. Wind power costs roughly halved in decade 2020. So let's see whether CDF can help ease household bills. I fear not, however. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day.